Hunter Biden is finally going to be investigated for his business dealings. And I, for one, am sure they'll find nothing untoward, Lewis. Well, they actually might not, because people are saying it's all a scam. But go on.
Well, you know something, I don't believe anything anybody ever says, but I actually believe that Hunter Biden is a very bad man. And I think his father's a very bad man. I shouldn't say this. I should be, you might come in and say, I don't know, that Joe Biden, they've decided...
He disappeared, Lewis.
They've decided after all, please, don't interrupt me.
Sorry, baby. Don't hit me again.
I never hit you.
You hit me with a belt yesterday.
So anyway,
well, I'll get there. Hunter Biden, who's the son of Joe Biden, and they want the special counsel. And they got this guy, David Weiss, who's a U.S. attorney in Delaware. Delaware is Joe Biden's home state, and he's got that state so it's almost it's the most corrupt, crooked place, supposedly. I don't know for sure. I'm just a guy. And but they have him and Merrick Garland, who's the Attorney General. He appointed, but he didn't appoint anybody when it came to.
And there's a controversy because Weiss has to report to Garland and ultimately has to report to Biden, because he's not what the Conservatives are saying on Fox and things like people like Andy McCarthy is, look, you have to get someone from outside of the government. You can't just get someone who's within the Biden Justice Department, this Weiss guy. And they're saying they've already had this investigation for 5 years. They're trying to run down the statute of limitations. There was this 21 million in 2014-15. That's kind of like past now. He's got away with that. And it's just the right has a lot of questions about it. Ted Cruz points out there's this thing in Ukraine. I don't know if you saw that, where Joe Biden basically boasted about forcing them to get rid of the prosecutor, sack him, and holding on to $1 billion in loans. And then the point is, on the right, they're saying this is not really a real investigation and it won't go anywhere because this guy Weiss is on there.
Kangaroo court.
Basically, well, no, that's a slightly different term that means something else. But that's what I know. What do you think, Jonathan? Any take on it?
Well, I was interested to hear that this investigation's been going on for 5 years. And has this story breached the public consciousness up until now, or is it only just coming out? Because if it's been going on for that long, I feel like it would have been in the American people's interest to know.
It would have been good to know, wouldn't it? But famously, it was suppressed as we all know, in the run-up to the election. Zuckerberg admitted it. The New York Post was even censored, wasn't it, on Twitter?
It was taken off of Twitter.
And it was proved to be a real story. And that was just the Hunter Biden laptop. That wasn't even the business dealings. That was just the general
I think this is going to get dealt with the same way that pile of cocaine found in the White House is going to get dealt with.
We're just hoover it up.
Yeah, hoover it up.
Well, what they'll do is...
Forgotten.
Well, I mean, the election's coming up. When is the election coming up? Next year. So, basically, they're gonna delay this and delay this and delay this.
Well, I've always said, to be very neutral, that the Biden administration is the end of America. It's totally corrupt. You dodgy investigations. Meanwhile, you put your opponent in jail. Yeah. And that's my position. It's not necessarily the position of GBNews or anyone, but that is my view. So that's it for part 2. But